Let me just state this up front. I will regret posting this video. I totally expect everything I do in this video to be challenged because what I do goes against good electronic practices. The IEEE folks will no doubt send hate mail, dox me, and threaten to take away my soldering iron because what I am going to do in this video. I was bored last night and decided to pull from my e-trash a dead monitor. I knew it was dead because I put a label on it that said dead. That means I plugged it in several times, gave it a love tap or two, shook it, rattled it, rolled it, nothing. So I pulled out my green masking tape and gave it the label of dead. That's how I know it was dead. Now I was disappointed that it was dead because I had wanted to use it for display. It was small and had a Visa mount on the back. I thought, let's see if we could fix this, totally expecting to erase this captured video and putting the monitor back into the e-trash. At best, I would find a bad fuse or a cap or a burned resistor and maybe have an easy fix. At worst, it goes back into the e-trash, so no harm, no foul. It was easy enough to disassemble. Within a few seconds I had the basal, the thing around the monitor off and was looking at the LCD screen. I removed the RF shroud protector cover thing and exposed the PCB and the power supply. I looked for obvious signs and of course sniffed the board to tell if anything is burnt or blown. No smell to find. I decided to add live power to it and try one more time to get it to fire up, but no go. The next thing I tried was checking the fuse. It was good, so it was time to remove the power board and take a closer look. I checked out some of the caps. Everything seemed to be okay. There's no obvious signs nor electronic signs of component failure, but let's just say I was less than thorough. I poked and prodded the power PCB for a few minutes and then put it down and made dinner. I have a cooking video of me making dinner on my other channel. No, I don't. You don't want to see me cook. For the curious, it was gluten-free pasta with hamburger and bolognese that came from a jar. I like to try to eat somewhat healthy, but unfortunately I was told by my health-conscious daughter after I ate the pasta that my particular brand of gluten-free pasta is full of heavy metals. I'll make sure I wear a static discharge strap. Ha! Nah, I never do. Let your bare feet discharge. That's my motto. Anyway, I returned from dinner, full of heavy metals apparently, and ready to get some shocking results. And that's what I got. Unfortunately, I fiddled around before putting on my cameras and somehow fixed the power supply. Let me take you through what I did while you watch me reassemble the monitor. I put the board back in place and then disconnected all connections to all the PCB boards, which were in good shape anyway. I reconnected them, added power, and presto! Nothing. The power light still did not come on. You see, this monitor, like many of the modern monitors, has a soft switch to tell the power board to activate, and that comes through a connection over here. I tried to trace the soft switch back to the main power PCB, but no luck. Too many electronics involved from hither to thither, here to there. I decided I wanted to try to activate the power supply from the power PCB side, but could not find a great way to do that cleanly. Now warning, do not try to attempt what I'm about to tell you without parental guidance. You see that logic chip over there? I got the great idea, not so great, to try to excite this part of the board by jumping across several terminals, not knowing at all what each one of those terminals on the logic chip did. With main power plugged in, I used a long thin screwdriver and shorted across several terminals. I then flipped the monitor up to see if anything happened, and nothing for the first few tries. I eventually did something because the power light came on and I had a no signal message on the monitor. I turned the soft power switch on and off several times and it seemed to work. I then hooked up the monitor to a feed and it was displaying. While I have done this kind of thing in the past with mostly not so positive results, this time it worked. I must have excited a bad cat perchance. I don't know. I just know that it's working. For all I know is that the logic chip could have been for sound, since the monitor speaker connectors are located near it, though the traces didn't indicate it. It's a dual layer board, so I may have missed something. Maybe a cold solder joint. I briefly looked for some of that, but nothing really stood out. This monitor goes back to 2004, 2005, so it's fairly modern compared to what I normally work on. I don't feel so bad about this fix because I've seen other videos from reputable fixer-uppers to show similar things. That is, electronics magically fixing themselves. I know there are reasons for this phenomena, but darned if I can figure this out. Electronics are funny things. While it should be perfectly logical, and I'm sure at the base level they are, my experience at work and play lends me to believe that at times, logic is left behind and electronics do what they want to do. Now, I totally expect disagreement with my last statement. No worries. I tickled this monitor in the right place and it came to life. No caps, transistors, resistors, or diodes replaced. No broken traces, corrosion, or other means of broken circuit. It just wanted to come alive and be used again, and that is exactly what is going to happen. I guess I need to revisit my e-trash more often. For those of you that are smarter than me, be kind and remember, everyone's experience is different. I'm here to learn like many others are. Each time we jump into these kinds of projects, we learn something. Sometimes it's not what to do, other times it is what we should do. Take your pick on this. Somehow, with less than an hour, we went from trash to treasure. I'll take it.